If you have been scratching your head wondering how to actually promote multiple products or services using meta ads, you are in the right place. I have spent years managing accounts and running agencies, and I have found one clean way that keeps coming back to make sense. We are going to dive into how to structure your ad sets to avoid wasting your budget on guesswork. I will also show you how to make the creative side way less painful using automation, because that is the thing that kills most people when they try to scale. First off, let us assume you already understand the basics of meta ads, including audience targeting and placements. The first rule I always follow when dealing with multiple SKUs is to start with your best seller or your highest impact category. It is tempting to try and launch everything at once, but do not scatter your ad spend across 10 weak hypotheses. Instead, pick the product that already gets traction organically, specifically the one with good margins or obvious appeal. That specific product should become your anchor campaign because it sets the standard for your account's performance. Meta learns from conversions and volume. So if something sells consistently, the platform has the data to find more people like those buyers. If you chase 5 different low-volume items at the same time, the platform struggles to optimize effectively. This ends up creating noisy data and leads to a completely wasted budget. So pick your hero product, treat it like the main event, and build a tight strategy around it. Now, how should you structure your campaigns when you want to promote multiple products effectively? My recommendation is to give each product or product category its own dedicated campaign. Keep a separate campaign that is the live scaling campaign for that product, and ideally a separate testing campaign for your creatives. Here is the basic setup I use for this strategy. You should run a scaling campaign that contains 1 or 2 ad sets, such as a broad audience and an interest-tailored set. Additionally, maintain a testing campaign where each ad set is a specific creative test or a different angle. Once you find a winner, you can easily duplicate that creative into your primary scaling campaign. Why do I suggest separate campaigns instead of mixing them? It is because campaigns act like little brains that form their own delivery patterns and learning models. If you mix products that appeal to totally different demographics, the algorithm will struggle to decide who the winning audience really is. When you look at results, you also avoid the classic confusion of wondering if your high costs are due to the product or the audience. Clean campaigns simply result in much cleaner insights. That said, you can reuse a testing campaign across products if your volume is low and you want to keep things manageable. The key is organization. So treat your campaigns like folders and your ad sets like the experiments inside them. If you're using ad set budget optimization, separate ad sets per product in a test campaign works perfectly fine. Just make sure you do not mix wildly different target groups in the exact same ad set. Now, let us talk about overhead, because this is where most teams inevitably fall apart. Creative is the bottleneck for almost every successful e-commerce brand. Running tests for 5 products, each needing new creative tests every 2 weeks, is a massive amount of work. It requires tons of video edits, caption variations, and micro adjustments. It is expensive, and it eats up all of your time. Some lucky campaigns can ride a single viral creative for months, but usually in saturated markets, you need constant refreshes. This is where Vizard becomes a practical game changer for your workflow. Instead of hiring a video editor to manually chop every long video, Vizard auto-detects the most viral moments. It turns long-form content into ready-to-post clips in seconds. You can pick your posting frequency, let the AI schedule them automatically, and manage everything in a content calendar. That means you can run multiple product campaigns with a steady stream of fresh creatives without exploding your production costs. Here is how I actually use it in a daily workflow. First, pick your hero product and film a few long-form assets like demos, testimonials, or behind-the-scenes footage. One long recording can easily cover multiple creative angles for different ad sets. Upload that footage to Vizard and let the auto-editing viral clips feature pick out punchy moments like reaction shots. Next, tag your clips by product and campaign to keep everything organized. Use the content calendar to line up clips with your ad tests. Use auto-schedule to push clips when your tests need new creatives. No more manual upload scrambles or missed posting windows. Iterate every 2 weeks by swapping in fresh clips and updating your ad copy. This workflow solves the big problems of scale. It massively reduces editing time and gives you a consistent posting cadence. Plus, it keeps a central view of what is scheduled and performing. The AI does a surprisingly good job picking emotionally resonant moments that perform well as social ads. Now, I am not saying Vizard is the only tool you will ever need, but compared to the other options, it hits a few specific sweet spots. Let us call out the usual alternatives so you see why Vizard fits in naturally. Manual editing and social schedulers work if you have a full-time editor and a team, but it is slow and expensive. Scaling creative refreshes across multiple products becomes cost-prohibitive this way. Other platforms are great for transcripts, but they are not optimized for auto-clipping viral moments at scale. Some all-in-one editors for creators are solid, but when you are doing bulk extraction, they feel manual. You can still use them, but you will find yourself doing repetitive work. Separate social schedulers work well, but they don't create clips from long videos. You would still need to produce content elsewhere and then import it, which adds another step. Those tools are great for specific tasks, but they add friction to the process. Vizard compresses those steps into a single loop. You create once, clip automatically, schedule and iterate, which is exactly what you need. Here are a few practical tips for using this approach effectively. Always tag your clips by product and by creative angle inside your content manager. That makes it trivial to pull a new hook for your soap campaign or a testimonial for your t-shirt campaign. Keep your creative refresh cadence realistic for your industry. Every 2 weeks is a good minimum for most competitive niches. Use the platform to churn variations of the best performing clips rather than trying to reinvent the wheel. Use the copy and transcript to test different calls to action and descriptions. Sometimes the creative performs better with a different headline than with a different cut. Duplicate winning clips from the testing bucket into the scaling campaign. Give those winning ads time to settle before you judge the performance. If you are promoting services, create long-form interviews and let the AI pull educational snippets for social proof. Okay. Let us run a quick example of this in practice. Imagine you sell t-shirts, bath bombs, and a membership service. You would start with the t-shirt category if it is your best seller. Build one campaign for scaling and one for testing. Film a 20-minute behind-the-scenes and customer highlight reel. Upload that file and pull 30-second and 15-second cuts to schedule a steady drip. Run 2 ad tests per week in your testing campaign. As they win, move them into your scaling campaign immediately. Meanwhile, for your other products, set up smaller campaigns with their own tests. Use the same project to tag and schedule clips for all of them. This allows you to manage multiple product pipelines in one platform. To wrap up, do not try to promote every single product at once. Focus on the best-selling category first. Give each product its own campaign brain and run disciplined tests. Use automation to reduce creative overhead so you can actually sustain the cadence required for results. That way you get clean learnings, predictable scale, and a content machine that feeds your ads. If this helped, and you want a real-world demo of how to turn a single long video into dozens of ad-ready clips, check the link in the description. Try out the platform for a spin, and I promise the time you save on creative alone is worth it. Alright, that is the rundown for today. Keep your campaigns organized, test ruthlessly, and automate the boring parts. See you in the next video.